Batman The Dark Knight #1, written by Paul Jenkins, art by David Finch. They also both share a co-plotter credit, so I guess, they're actually talking to each other, which is so novel in the New 52. So we open up, on that. This is literally just Batman #1 by Scott Snyder, just a little bit inferior in every way. Also, the order's a bit flipped, but it's the exact same beats. I don't understand how, this is just two people came up with the exact same ideas, and they're like, all right, whoop, here we go. But I guess I'll describe it. So we open up in Gotham. Batman's flying the Batplane. He's giving this whole spiel in his narration about how fear is, every dark corner, every shadow is fear's always behind you, but you're in charge of your own fear, so you can't let it take control, blah, blah, blah. He jumps out of the plane, turns back into Bruce Wayne, then just walks into a party where it's revealed that the speech that he's giving the narration is a speech he's actually giving to an audience. And he wraps it up. He's like, oh, thank you all. Please give money to my Gotham innovation plan where we're going to build those buildings. The thing revealed in Batman #1. So his speech ends, and it shows him just schmoozing around with all the people at the party, when somebody comes up, and it's a guy named Forbes. He works with internal affairs, and basically he's so close to just getting it, but as nobody in this universe can actually get it. He knows that Bruce Wayne funds Batman, which I think is common knowledge if Grant Morrison's work is still in continuity. But there's no way that Batman could possibly be as effective as he is at getting to crime unless there was an informant inside of GCPD. And he just wants to know who that informant is. In cuts a woman named Jaina Hudson, who is literally just Talia al Ghul. It's not actually Talia al Ghul, but I feel like they just couldn't get the rights to Talia al Ghul. So Jaina Hudson, she's like, oh, I'm pretty much the hostess of this party. You guys need to chill. Internal affairs guy, what are you even doing here? Get out. And then Bruce thanks her, and then they flirt. Harder than I've ever seen anybody flirt in a comic book ever. And that's saying something, because these people, they may as well just be having sex on the floor in front of us. He goes through the rest of the party after she's pulled away, and at the end of it, he's still thinking about Jaina. Cut to Arkham Asylum. There's a breakout. All the villains are getting out, but this book, I guess, wasn't allowed to use the A tier or even B tier villains, because there's a splash page showing everyone breaking out. The ones of note are Mr. Freeze and Clayface, maybe Black Mask, but I couldn't even tell you anyone else. It's just D-listers. So they kill a bunch of Arkham guards. Police are now standing by outside waiting to, stop them. And as soon as they bust through the door, Batman arrives, and he's like, all right, let me at least help, because, police don't like him, I guess. He's like, all right, let me help. And by the way, 65 men were killed. They really harp on that for a minute here. 65 men, 65 families destroyed. So Batman starts punching the people, and then he realizes that Two-Face isn't in the crowd, and he's like, where's Two-Face? That's really important. Where's Two-Face? He says he must still be inside. He takes a couple cops. He goes into Arkham. He's beating everybody up on the way. And as they come to this long hallway, they see a shadow. They start firing at it immediately, and it turns out it's this woman in this really skimpy White Rabbit outfit. And everyone's like, oh, hold your fire, hold your fire. Who's that? Batman's like, I have no idea. All right, shouldn't be here. Anyway, Two-Face, come out. Where are you? Explosion happens. Coin pops out of the wall that exploded. And then we don't meet Two-Face. We instead meet this roided out, super huge behemoth of a man who insists now on being called One-Face. It's so weird that this is exactly the same as Batman #1. It's shuffled up a little bit. It doesn't have quite as much intrigue, but it's just inferior on every level, just a tiny bit. There are some good moments. The art is pretty good overall. I don't have anything to complain about. it's so super obvious that this White Rabbit lady is Jaina Hudson. Like, I don't know why they're even trying to bother hiding it, unless it is a twist, in which case, who the hell is Jaina Hudson? But no, it's fine. It's nothing fantastic right now, especially because, like, that's the issue. When you're only allowed to use the D tier villains, you kind of set yourself up for, okay, like, what are you really going to be able to do here? That's just me. So no, I'm gonna give this one a 6. Nothing like offensive about it. It's just like, this is clearly not the first, second, or maybe even third Bat book that is like important to DC. This is The Dark Knight. So yeah, I'll give it a 6. It's okay, but hey, maybe it'll pick up. I don't know. Who even read this?